Welcome to our exploration of paganism, a term that encompasses a diverse range of spiritual practices and beliefs rooted in ancient traditions. Often misunderstood and misrepresented, paganism is not a single religion, but rather a collection of various faiths that celebrate nature, the cycles of life, and the divine in multiple forms. Today we will delve into the history of paganism, its core beliefs, key figures, and its revival in modern times. The origins of paganism can be traced back to prehistoric times when early humans engaged in animistic practices, worshiping natural elements, spirits, and ancestors. Archaeological evidence suggests that ancient cultures across the globe, from the Celtic tribes of Europe to the indigenous peoples of Africa and the Americas, held a deep reverence for nature and the earth. Paganism, as we understand it today, began to take shape in the context of polytheistic religions that emerged in ancient civilizations. The term pagan itself comes from the Latin word paganusos, meaning country dweller or rustic. Early Christians used this term to describe those who adhered to the old gods and traditions, particularly in rural areas. As civilizations developed, so did their religious practices. In ancient Egypt, the worship of gods like Osiris and Isis centered around themes of life, death, and rebirth. The Greek and Roman pantheons featured a multitude of deities, each representing different aspects of life and nature. Festivals, rituals, and sacrifices were integral to these religions, emphasizing the importance of maintaining harmony with the divine. In the Norse tradition, gods such as Odin, Osin and Thor, and Freya were worshipped, and their myths conveyed deep lessons about courage, honor, and the interconnectedness of all things. The cycles of nature and the changing seasons were celebrated through various festivals, which often included communal feasting and rituals. With the rise of Christianity in the 4th century CE, paganism faced significant challenges. The Christian Church sought to convert the pagan populations, often by assimilating certain pagan practices into Christian traditions. Many pagan temples were destroyed, and the old gods were demonized or reinterpreted as saints. Despite these efforts, many pagan beliefs persisted in various forms, often blending with emerging Christian practices. For example, many holidays, such as Yule and Samhain, were absorbed into the Christian calendar as Christmas and All Saints' Day. The Renaissance in the 15th and 16th centuries sparked a renewed interest in classical knowledge and ancient philosophies, leading to the rediscovery of pagan texts and traditions. Scholars and artists looked back to the wisdom of the Greeks and Romans, which influenced the spiritual landscape of Europe. During this time, various esoteric traditions, such as Hermeticism and alchemy, began to flourish, often drawing on ancient pagan themes. This period laid the groundwork for modern interpretations of paganism, as individuals sought to reconnect with the natural world and ancient wisdom. The modern pagan movement began to emerge in the mid-20th century, fueled by a growing interest in nature spirituality, feminism, and the counterculture of the 1960s. Influential figures like Gerald Gardner helped to formalize Wicca, a contemporary pagan religion that emphasizes the worship of nature, the goddess, and the god. Wicca and other modern pagan traditions celebrate the cycles of the moon, the changing seasons, and the reverence of the earth. Rituals, ceremonies, and the use of symbols such as the pentacle are common elements that connect practitioners to ancient practices. As the modern pagan movement gained momentum, various traditions began to emerge, including Druidry, heathenry, and various forms of neo-paganism. Each of these paths incorporates different beliefs, practices, and deities while maintaining a focus on nature and spiritual connection. Today, paganism is a diverse and growing spiritual movement with practitioners around the world. Estimates suggest that there are over 1 million pagans in the United States alone, with many identifying as Wiccans, Druids, or followers of other pagan paths. Modern pagans often emphasize inclusivity and environmental stewardship, advocating for the protection of the earth and its ecosystems. Many pagans participate in rituals that celebrate the changing seasons, such as the solstices and equinoxes, reflecting a deep connection to the cycles of nature. The rise of the internet has facilitated the sharing of ideas and practices among pagans globally, creating a vibrant online community where individuals can learn, connect, and celebrate their beliefs. Modern paganism has also engaged in interfaith dialogue, seeking to build bridges with other spiritual traditions. By promoting understanding and respect, pagans contribute to broader discussions about spirituality, ethics, and the environment. Paganism has influenced contemporary culture in various ways, from literature and art to music and film. Themes of nature worship, magic, and the sacred feminine resonate in popular culture, reflecting a growing interest in spiritual paths that honor the earth and its mysteries. In conclusion, the history of paganism is a rich and diverse narrative that reflects humanity's enduring connection to nature and the spiritual world. From its ancient roots to its modern expressions, paganism encompasses a wide range of beliefs and practices that celebrate the sacredness of life and the earth. As we reflect on this journey, we recognize the importance of understanding and appreciating the values of paganism, respect for nature, the celebration of life, and the pursuit of spiritual connection. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of the history of paganism, a tradition that continues to inspire and enrich the lives of many seekers of truth and wisdom.